Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Over 1,000 guests, or rather travelers, are stranded at JKIA. Even the hotels that are supposed to accommodate them within the airport are overwhelmed. The minister in charge of transport, Murkomen, and the KQ management seems to have been locked in a defense that the strike is illegal. Pilots have downed their tools. But what exactly is happening behind the scene? It's historic. For the first time, one of the key security infrastructure in this country, the Kenya airport, the Jomo Kenyatta airport, things are stalling. What is happening? What is behind this? Welcome to the bold analysis. My name is Kevin Oduor. We've been receiving, of course, consuming these reports in the media spaces that people who actually are flying to different destinations, even those who are connecting flights to different destinations, have stalled and they are still stranded in the airport. But I've also tried to look at a solution that the stakeholders in this sector are trying to fix, are trying to work on, but seems not to be working out clearly. Something is simply not adding up. Last week, there was a meeting that was even attended by Francis Atwoli on negotiation to call on the Pilots Association to suspend the impending strike, and they had issued a strike notice over what they termed that there was a CBA that was not really obeyed. Kenya Airline Pilots Association have been called to obey the court order and suspend the boycott, but that has not really seen the way. Yesterday, there was a televised meeting, a crisis, 5 hours crisis meeting that was chaired by Transport CS Kipchumba Murkomen and the Labour counterpart Francis Bore, the former Kericho women rep, to try to solve the impasse between the Kenya Airline Pilots Association and the KQ management. And so during that meeting, the negotiation went for close to 5 hours. Then the Pilots Association representatives stormed out of the meeting, saying that they were going to consult with their members. That was Friday night. Then they will come back with a position, only for the strike to start off immediately on Saturday morning. From what, when you read what is in the media spaces, is that this association of pilots already had a stand that come what, come may, the only way that they were going to force everyone in the negotiation table and attract the attention, both local and international space, is to make sure that they down their tools. I'm even wondering how President William Ruto is supposed to fly to Egypt, how he's going to fly out of the country when such a big and phenomenal security infrastructure, the activities have stalled. And I think President William Ruto should not fly out of the country before this issue is solved. While addressing the media on the place, they said airport KQ CEO Kilavuka asked the pilots to resume work by Sunday, 11:30 a.m., but they have not yet shown any sign that they are going to resume their work. What really brought this KQ had made a decision to halt, or rather to stop, Provident Fund contributions, which pilots allege violates a contract with all employees, provoked the pilots' union, leading to the issuance of the notice strike. Then the management tried to go to the labor court to stop the strike temporarily, but they have disobeyed the court order, according to what is being reported here. And they've decided that it has to work. Now, the pilots claim that the KQ arbitrarily stopped employer and employee contributions beginning 2020 and has subsequently neglected to restart the retirement program. This is a very key issue that they are really speaking about. What has made it difficult for the government of the day and the transport CS, the new transport CS, to get a solution from this? The industrial action risks this country losing 300 million a day, every day, and could cause irreversible damage. Contributions, and now the airport, Kenya Airport, Jomo Kenyatta is a security, national security infrastructure. That's why you see there is a lot of attention in it. This is where this is the point of entry and exit of this country, especially going to the foreign countries. So, by the fact that, by the fact that our activity at the airport are stalling, you will see that it is getting coverage from all the media houses, not just local, even the international media houses are really asking what exactly is happening, because it dents the image of our government. In fact, let me tell you, in direct terms, it shows that there is a problem somewhere that need to be fixed, or rather the economy is getting sabotaged. So the truth of the matter here is that whatever is happening at the KQ is actually sabotaging the integral aspect of our economy. The local tourism depends on these flights, both domestic and local. Even if someone wants to go to fly to Malindi, they use the ports, they use the airport. When people want to come into the country, our tourism is getting affected. And let me say, this is a prime season. November all the way to early January is a prime season for our tourism. And these pilots, they were very strategic, and they knew very well that this is the time to call the shot, because it was going to have deep repercussion on our economy. I agree with what actually the analysts are saying, that Kenya is losing a lot. Apart from just the airport, Kenya is losing millions people who wanted to come. In fact, now that our flights, hakuna zenye zinatoka, hata kuingia is a problem, hakuna. So things are stalled, and in real terms, it actually hurts the economy, and it hurts the image of our country. William Ruto, the president, should really get worried. But how did you get here? I have looked at this and attributed some aspects to what exactly has made it difficult for the stakeholders to actually solve the problem. One of the challenges we have in this country, and with Kenya Kwanza guys who are running government, is there is a lot of populism approach in everything. Kila kitu inafanyika, everything that happens, there seems to be an angle of political populism. They want to show. For example, yesterday, I saw a lot of chest thumping. You can't go there. They are saying they have issued the strike notice. They want to go on strike. And you still hold on saying that we have a court order, it's illegal and should be stopped. They have now gone to the media, and I want to tell you one thing. You see, people people are normally very wary of what the media is saying. Hata leo kama walimu wanaenda strike, what the minister is going to say in media, they really take keen interest on it. And so I can tell you that one of the problems is the populism approach, because the transport CS has gone to tell the media that the airport, the pilots are only after sabotaging the economy. After sabotaging the economy. That's what Murkomen is telling the media. So on that end, the pilots, because this is a professional body, they also they see the CS, the transport CS Murkomen, as a person who is not taking cognizant of their issues, or is not giving prominence to what they think should be done or what is wrong. And that's a very wrong precedence. So with that, you know what is happening is when the minister goes on the media and says it's economic sabotage, it becomes political, because then someone asks, who is doing that? Why should it be? Why this government? And take a lot of interest, guys. This is the first time that you're seeing such a strike. Last week, government. And I can tell you that there could be some deep forces behind this. I see a fallout within the KQ investors. The airplanes are leased from individuals, some multinationals, some are Kenyan, some are multinational. So you see, like, the investment at KQ is not necessarily local. There are people who own those planes who are not even Kenyans. There are multinationals who lease the planes on the behalf of KQ, or they lease the people who lease the individual planes to KQ. So KQ is just a bit of a management. They're not substantial under the Ministry of Transport. And I can tell you, this is one of the reasons. Kama kuna ministry, I normally tell people that if there is a ministry that is normally the most powerful ministry in cabinet, it's the Ministry of Transport. It's that ministry. That is the most powerful ministry. Just check. Kama hata wakati wa Kibaki, watu wa Uhuru, just check from Kibaki, come to Uhuru. The people who are in that ministry were very powerful and were very close to the president. And this is the truth. I see a possibility that there are forces within that space, the investors, and the interests that are invested there, that could not be unhappy, maybe are not unhappy with the goings, and are technically taking advantage of that strike to sabotage state. They have already done that, even just by a single day. They have already achieved a bit of a sabotage. They wanted to show that, look here, when this thing is not working, there are a lot of things that can be stalled, and a lot of other aspects are stalling. Did Ruto send a cabinet minister who is not well acquainted and is not very cozy with the sector players? Problem is here. You bring in the new cabinet and they seems to come from the moon. They don't want to embrace precedents. They want to make everything look new and everything to be done their way. Like, this strike has never happened. In fact, Murkomen should ask CS Macharia how exactly used to be handled. It did come, because by that time, this was the other Uhuru government. Uhuru already had people that were very cozy with the sector players. But now you've picked a lawyer who is just your friend, now sending to the people, and it seems to be very green in the area. And I can tell you, one of the challenges is, when Ruto government came in, the Kenya Kwanza, they want to start everything afresh. That document, they've gone, I'm going to release SGR, expressway, there's a little bit of some activism, and that is what is affecting the government. That's why I can tell you that they are going through that. Gachagua outburst, I can blame partly. Gachagua was at one point at loggerheads, the KQ, saying that, look here, we'll have to revisit that KQ, the operation cost is low, They are going through losses because of state capture. And that is the problem. When government starts, you know, brushing shoulders with government entities, such entities that have a multinational interest, it causes frictions. It actually causes those frictions. And when frictions emerge, it's difficult really to get what you want. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is my space on that is my point on this strike. I am personally persuaded that this is just beyond an industrial strike demand by the pilots, but there is something deep, the forces that are really making it difficult even for the state to solve this. It will take President William Ruto himself to swing into action. And that's my take.